Good evening, everybody. I'd like to welcome you on this platform this evening. We're so excited to have this platform to reach a lot of people and to present Mannatech to them. And we're really excited to have our young, successful leader from Cape Town on the call this evening. But before we introduce him and some of our other people, we'd just like to say a little bit about ourselves. It's Neil and Helena Wilken. We're from Oudtshoorn, and we've been part of Mannatech for the last 9.5 years. Actually, we were ostrich farmers, and Mannatech found us through a friend, like maybe you were invited by a friend this evening. And I can tell you that we haven't been sorry about that for 1 minute. It's really improved our lives on so many levels, and it's really been an incredible journey for us, and it will continue to be an incredible journey, and it's given us so many choices in life. But I don't want to talk too much about us tonight. It's not about us. It's actually about you who tuned in this evening, and maybe this opportunity can really be something for you. So I would like to just introduce two of our leaders, who's also part of our amazing dream team, and just for them to share why they chose Mannatech as part of their life and as a business model. I'd like to invite Frank and Vanessa Schreiber to quickly share, and then after that also Grietjie Strydom.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for JP it's a privilege for us to be on this call, and thank you Neil and Helena who actually enrolled us into this amazing opportunity. Now, to tell you why, I need to take you just back before we joined. We were actually in the looking zone for a way to earn an extra stream of income, and we looked at quite a few opportunities available, and all of them, there was also always a massive capital input and a massive risk to it. And then one afternoon, Vanessa phoned me. Well, before that, when we were looking at something extra. I've got a permanent job and she's got her own business, and we were looking for opportunity where we can keep my job and her business and earn an extra income. So it had to be part-time. And another thing that we were looking for was a passive income that we could create that could take us past retirement for the rest of our lives. And then one day Neil and Helena showed this opportunity to Vanessa, and she phoned me. And it was actually amazing that passive income, or that income that started, and it's now over 4 years, it became an income every month since the day we joined, and it virtually changed our lives from then. So the money that we wanted, we were receiving, and we're still receiving it. But that was not all that we received by joining this company. We actually received a lot more, and I'm going to give to Vanessa to share on that. Thank you.
Okay, hi everyone, and thank you to everyone, JP and Neil and Helena. Yeah, I'm a traditional business owner with a normal traditional stress and stock of traditional businesses. And then for me, Mannatech's business online model really makes it easy for us to do the Mannatech business part-time with our business, because we don't handle stock, we don't deliver stock, we don't sell stock. So that makes it easy for us to combine it with our current business. And then, of course, we love the travel. So in the past 4 years, we've traveled to 6 international destinations. So for us, that's incredible. It's more freedom, time freedom, it's family time, and we don't pay a cent. You leave your credit card at home. And I hope you enjoyed tonight's call, and we'll see you in Maldives. Over to you, Grietjie.
Thank you very much, guys. I'm Dr. Grietjie Strydom. I'm a medical doctor, traditional medical doctor. I studied in Bloemfontein in the Free State, and since then I've been in private practice, and I then joined corporates and did corporate health and wellness. And during this process, you know, I was always a traditional medical doctor with a chemical medical background. I started getting sick myself. And, you know, through my illness, I realized, in fact, that, you know, medicine really cannot help you if you're chronically ill due to your lifestyle. Medicine is at the best a symptomatic remedy, and that you need to change your lifestyle and you need to change what you eat and what you take in. So I really started studying nutrition, and I found Mannatech to be the very best company in terms of nutritional support. In terms of its real food technology and the glyco-nutrition, or glycans as it's known in the science world, is just absolutely outstanding. With the patents and everything else associated with the company, I felt that as a medical doctor, I couldn't go wrong. But why did I decide to go into the business of Mannatech? Was specifically because as a medical doctor, I cannot leverage my time. And I have 24 hours a day, so if I want to make more money, I can only work 24 hours a day. And as you know, that's quite impossible. So the way to do this is to find a business that's duplicatable and that you can leverage. And there is no better business model than the Mannatech and the network marketing model in terms of that. So, you know, I found that I could supplement my existing income. At the moment now, I'm in private practice. I do integrative medical health. And, you know, I help people through their nutrition. And I find it really satisfying that I can give people a solution which they can use. There's a 90-day money-back guarantee on the product, so I feel as a medical doctor I can never go wrong. And it really has just boosted my life to such an extent, and not even to mention the fact that it's just changed my own health and wellness radically, and that I feel like a transformed person. I'm 57 now, and I feel better than I did at 40. So that's a very good reason to do Mannatech. Thank you very much. Thank you, JP.
Wow, thank you to all of you. That's enough reason, and so many facts that I think that you mentioned there, that in everyday life there's a lot of people who's looking for answers on a lot of those things. But yes, thank you for sharing. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce our very successful young leader. This man has been really an inspiration to us. He's been in Mannatech. He started when he was only a student of 22 years old. He's been in this business for 9.5 years. And we really see him as one of the biggest leaders in Mannatech, not only in South Africa, but also internationally. He's been invited on many occasions to speak internationally. And for us, he's really been inspiring because of always leading from the front, always showing by example what to do, and helping and encouraging his team and other people to also be successful. And it gives me great pleasure to introduce the youngest platinum presidential ever in Mannatech, JP Costa from Cape Town. Over to you, JP.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Hope you guys can hear me. Thank you very much for the warm introduction, Neil and Helena. And yeah, just to everyone listening from wherever you are in South Africa, thank you for taking the time, because, and I think what a great tool, you know, yeah, we could be sitting on a Monday evening at home in the comfort of your home, listening to a webinar, you know, about an opportunity that I honestly believe is completely life-changing. And, you know, what tonight's really about is just a brief overview and a preview of really what Mannatech's all about. Maybe some of you are looking at this for the very first time. You know, I got involved with Mannatech when I was 22 years old as a student, got invited to a presentation, was obviously very, very skeptical the first time I went. And but what I did is, you know, I went to go and look again, and I went to go and do my due diligence. And it's almost, you know, almost 9-10 years now that I've been part of this company. And what a life-changing experience it's been. And I guess my message and why I'm sharing it with you is because, you know, for me, really transitioning from being a student, doing a BCom, never being in business before, to be able to build this sort of business and be able to help people along the way, it's just really been about plugging into a system and really having this incredible vehicle. And I just want to thank my upline, Platinum Presidentials as well, Louis and Leonie van Linde, actually bought Mannatech South Africa. We've really guided and helped me a lot in the last 9-10 years. And, you know, very often you hear in this industry, people always thanking people in advance. And it's because you can't do this on your own, you know, because really what we bring to this company is really a work effort. It's really a hunger. And I always share with people, you can start your business with a pocket full of change and a heart full of dreams, and you can go from earning 5,000 Rand a month, like that was my first goal, having started the business, to having achieved that goal, and then later it became 5,000 Rand a week, and then later 5,000 Rand a day, and now obviously a lot more than that, becoming a Platinum Presidential. So, but I don't want to just talk about the money this evening. I really want to talk a little bit about, you know, timing and positioning and why that's so important. Because for me, one of the most important things you can do is, specifically when you're looking for an opportunity, and I think so many people out there are looking for opportunities, and why would you choose this vehicle? You know, they did a very interesting study on about 50,000 people in South Africa, and they were asking them, what were some of the reasons that you would start, you know, that you want to get involved in this industry, you know, specifically network marketing. And the 3 top reasons that people said, the first thing was having their own business. And maybe you're on this call tonight and you've always dreamed of having your own business where you could be able to call the shots, where you be able to work for yourself, where you can actually benefit from all those tax advantages that business people can obviously make. But I think that was one of the biggest reasons that people said, is just being in business for themselves, having their own business. And I think, you know, for me, ever since I read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, I always had a passion to want to start my own business and work for myself, and not really go the traditional route of working 40 hours a week for 40 years and hopefully being able to retire on 40% of what I couldn't even survive on working full time. So I think that was one of the biggest reasons that people said. The next reason why people join this industry is really because of fulfillment. What we find happens so often with people is they're doing something, but they're not actually passionate about what they're doing. They don't find that they're getting any meaning in what they're doing. And for me, what makes this company really unique, and I'll go through a few points, you know, fast facts about the company and so forth, is that this opportunity really allows you not to only make a difference in your world, but you can make a difference in the world at the exact same time. And the reason why I share that with you is because, you know, they've done many studies that suggest that 96% of people that lie awake at night are worrying about either health or finances. You know, so if you can help people with health and finances, you can have all the money in the world. But if you don't have your health, you've got nothing. So for me, health and wellness is never going to go away. Health and wellness in the society we live in today is a commodity. It's something that some people have and some people don't have. And for me, one of the best things that we can do is to make sure that you're looking after your health, and not just by using the Mannatech products, but really looking at it as a full spectrum and really seeing it, that supplementation is really a part of the puzzle for having optimal health, as you know, and specifically, you know, so I would say it's probably the supplements that you take, it's things like stress levels that you're under, it's your genetic makeup that you have, and I'll definitely, you know, diet related. I think, you know, many of us, every single person on the call, in fact, tonight, knows and realizes that we are not getting the nutrients we did 50 years ago in the modern day diet. Is that things have changed drastically. I mean, I was just looking as an example this evening how my wife has become so conscious about what we buy, what sort of cleaning products we buy, what sort of foods we buy, you know, because all of those things make a difference in your health and of course in your wellness. But then, of course, you know, so for fulfillment, the other thing with Mannatech is really this amazing vehicle we've got where we can actually make a difference in kids that are completely malnourished, where every single time that you use your Mannatech products, you make a difference in the world by having a child being nourished as well. And that's one of, for me, an amazing reason why I think every single person should consider they're really using these products in any way. They're really using vitamins and minerals and antioxidants and skincare products and all the different products that Mannatech has. Why not just switch what you're using right now and using something that's plant-based, natural, it's real food, and in fact you can actually make a difference in a child's life as well. So that was the second reason, is fulfillment. And of course the third reason, believe it or not, and I think every single person on this call here realizes it anyway, it might even be why you're on the call here, is why I went to that first presentation, is really because of extra income. Whether it's extra 2,000 Rand a month or 2,000 Rand a week, or perhaps 2,000 Rand a day, could make a drastic difference in your life. And there are many people on this call here this evening, and I want to thank Dr. Stradom for sharing, and also Frank and Vanessa, and also Neil and Helena. That it's just amazing that, you know, you got people on the call that are making incredible incomes, but they've made that income by making a big difference and a big impact in the world, you know. And so often out there we get taught, go and look for a solution, you know, for something. And that is so true, because you've got to go and identify a problem that people are having, and then go and find out what the solution is. Now, I honestly believe with this vehicle, we are helping people with the biggest problems that they've got out there and the biggest challenges they've got out there, which is health and finances, and of course, extra streams of income. And we'll go into a bit more detail about that a little bit later. So that was, you know, the top 3 reasons. And we're just going to sort of run through a few of them quickly. And if there's any specific questions, get back to the person that invited you on the call this evening, and you know, ask them what those questions are. Because for me, to be dead honest with you, I went to a presentation 9 years ago, and I didn't sign up or get my account number straight away. I went to another presentation, and that's when I decided to pursue this opportunity. So what I'm going to do now is I just want to quickly put a brief PowerPoint presentation on. So I'm going to share my screen with you, and we'll just run through a few things about the company. I think it's always nice to be able to see, because obviously we as human beings are not only, we don't only want to hear, but we also obviously want to be able to see what it's all about. So I'm just going to do a quick screen share. So just forgive me. I hope you can see this. So this is one of the newest presentations we've done. We're actually working on a few newer ones, but this is going to give you a good foundation of what it's all about. So this presentation is called My Life, My Terms. So I guess most of us want to live life on our terms. And I guess very often we can't always do that because of, you know, our health not being in order, or maybe our finances, or maybe even time. You know, you've got the health and the money, but you haven't got the time to do it. I mean, how many of us know people that make a lot of money, but they're never ever home to see their kids grow up or pick the kids up from school or whatever it may be? They have nannies that raise the kids. So, but let's not go into detail about that. So let's go into the next slide. So think about about your life, what makes you happy. For me, it's definitely changed a lot over the last 2 years. Initially, when I started, was to buy a new car, and it was definitely to earn 5,000 Rand a month. Today, I guess it's more about having freedom. And freedom for me is, you know, having the money and the time to be able to do the things I want to when I want to. And for me, that's really being able to spend time with family, and especially my 2-year-old son. I think that's what really gives me real joy in life. And I think for many of you on the call here, you know, if you've got any kids, you'll realize it's probably pretty much the same for you as well. You want to be able to give your kids the best that you can, you know, from an educational point of view, but also from a time point of view, you know, being able to actually see them grow up. So, so I'm just going to go through this briefly. So on the next slide, you know, what does it involve? You know, what you'll see here is really what we call primary motivating factors. And this is reasons why people would pursue this, you know. So I mentioned earlier about fulfillment and, you know, starting your own business and, you know, extra streams of income. But maybe for some people on the call this evening, it might be because you've heard about this Maldives incentive we're having, and you want to qualify for the Maldives incentive because you love traveling. For some of you on the call here this evening, it might be because you're concerned about your retirement. You're realizing that I haven't provided enough. I need to make an extra stream of income to provide. And that might be why you're on the call. For some of you, you might have no idea why you're on the call. You got invited by a friend and they said, listen to this conference call. You got this person that's going to be talking a little bit about it. And, you know, you're getting to check it out and see if it's for you. And if it's not for you, you know, ask the questions, you know, maybe watch another presentation, or maybe the timing might not be right. And I think Frank and Vanessa alluded to that earlier, that it's all about timing. You've got to find people that are open. And for me, when I got presented this opportunity, I was looking for something. I was looking for a way to earn an extra stream of income, but be able to do that on top of doing all the other things I was at the time, which was doing my BCom degree. It was playing sport and coaching sport and so forth, and being able to build the business. So for me, that is one of the great things about this vehicle. It's something which you can do while you're doing the other things you're doing already in any way. So this is why it's such an incredible business. And you'll see a few more things, what's keeping people back. I think for most people, you know, why they don't start their own business is because, number one, they're scared, because you don't know what it's like. You know, you could start your own business. You could invest a large amount of money into the business. You might not make a success because you've heard that most businesses don't make a success within the first 5 years. And that's actually a fact, that most businesses, people start their own business and they don't make a success, and they have to start from scratch again. So that's one of the other reasons why people look at this business model, is because it allows you and I to start our own business, working from home, from your computer, from your smartphone, being able to do it while you're still working full-time, working on your part-time business. One of my mentors, Jim Rohn, always says that work full-time on your job, but part-time on your fortune. And this is a great way to be able to do that, because it's not costing you an arm and a leg to start your business. You're just getting an account number and you can build a business and, internationally. And we'll get into a bit more detail about that later. So, but for me, I guess that's the biggest thing, is just people don't have the time, and they also don't have the financial wherewithal to actually start their own business, and the capital outlay and so forth, and to cover those overheads and so forth. So on to the next slide. Just think about, why would you pursue this? I mean, for everything in life, if you want to make a success in anything that you do, is you have to have a reason. And those reasons might change, but I honestly believe for most people out there, this is a great vehicle to be able to start your own business, and to be able to do something that can actually make a big difference in people's lives as well. And you might be on the call this evening because you just want to be a product user, and we love product users, and we'd love you to just use the products, and rather buy your products from our company than from another company. And we'll go into a bit more detail about what makes Mannatech a unique company with the products inventory that they have. So as mentioned earlier, while being supported by a company that gives you everything you need to succeed. So here's the amazing thing about it. I mean, and this is your business. You've got your business in a box. I mean, it's got how to get started, getting to know the company. It gives you, when you get started with Mannatech, you get to tap into all the resources that they have. They've done all the research and development on these amazing products. They're a public company. We'll go into a bit more detail about that later. But they've basically got everything. All that you and I now have to do is go out there and go and share the product technology with other people, and obviously the business as well, for people that are looking for an opportunity. So you're getting brochures and DVDs and products and product guides and all those sorts of things. So we'll go into a bit more detail about that later. So why would you choose Mannatech? And there's really two reasons for it. The first reason is because of the health and wellness industry, which is one of the growing trends. It's all about being part of the right trend. And the next, of course, is the direct selling trend, in the direct selling industry. So, I believe it was in 2007, Goldman Sachs did an article that said when the perfect business and the perfect storm of opportunity is when a compelling business model, which they're referring to direct sales, when a compelling business model and a perfect product collide. And they were specifically talking about the health and wellness industry, and we'll go into a little bit more detail about that. The first is that this being a mega trend, the health and wellness industry, is that it's a $3 trillion industry. Most of us on the call here this evening all know people that are using vitamins and minerals, skincare products, products for their kids. They might be using essential oils. They might be using a fat loss product. So all of us are using these products already. So we're really just getting people to buy from. We're pitching them to rather buy these products from us, or at the same price that we're paying for it, and actually being able to use a better product, because all of us realize that, that people out there are looking for things to help them with their aches and pains, that healthcare costs have gone up, that, that we're not getting the proper nutrition we did, and all of us know that if you eat better quality foods and you have better quality nutrition through, and supplement with the right nutrition where you're getting better fruits and vegetables, you're going to have a better quality of life, and of course, if you're increasing your physical activity, all of those things are really part of the health and wellness industry. So that's, of course, the mega trend, that the article that Goldman Sachs did was when a mega trend and a compelling business model collide, it's the perfect storm of opportunity. And, health and wellness is huge. I think we see it all around us every single day. And the other thing why this is something to look at is because health and wellness, specifically, if you look at the Mannatech products, they don't last you 1 year or 2 years or 5 years. They run out every single month. They're consumable goods, which is very, very good for business, because it means on a one-time sale, you can go and earn a residual income every single month. So that's something that makes us really unique and incredible as well. The second thing about it is really the direct selling industry. And I'd never heard of direct selling before. I was, I'd heard of a few of the companies before, but I never really knew how it worked. But in short, how the industry works is really what they do is they take all the money they would have spent in advertising and marketing and take that money and spend that on people like me and you to become the mouthpiece for the company to go out there and market the product to other people. So you and I are really sharing in that percentage, which is, with Mannatech, it's 44% of the turnover goes into the the distribution model, which is direct sales. So you and I share in the 44% by talking to other people about the products that we have, and it's a very rapidly growing industry. I mean, there's more than 100 million people involved globally, and it's $182 billion market, so it's really, really big, so let's go to the next slide. And then, of course, Mannatech, it's really a company with experience. Our CEO always shares that we're a 24-year-old startup because we've been through all the traditional things that a company would go through, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and we're still around. We haven't been around just for a few years. We've been around for more than 24 years. So that's what really makes it very, very unique. The other thing is that we were founded in 1994. So it's, I see it happen very often with people that they get involved with a direct selling company, and then 2 years later, the company's not around anymore, or even a few weeks. So for me, it's really, really incredible being part of a company that's been in business for more than 24 years, going into 25 years. Right now, we're doing business in 26 different markets, which means that you can build your business in any one of those markets working from home. Because we've got warehouses in all those markets. So if you've got a friend living in the United States or in the UK or in Europe, if they want to order the products, they order directly from the company through your account, pay what you pay for the product, get shipped directly to them in their country, wherever they live, to their doorstep. If they want to be a consumer or what we call a preferred customer, if they want to be a business builder, they can also be one of your business partners, and you can actually build a business in that market as well and earn a small percentage on the sales that new associate does. We've obviously got multiple patents. Right now we've got 134 patents. We've got 2 new patents, I think, over the last 2 weeks. And we, of course, a public company, which makes it incredible. It's not a Me Too company. We're a public company. So we've been a public company since 1999. So you can see exactly what the company's turnover is, exactly where the money is going. So for me, that's also something to be proud of, that we are a public company, that we're not just a company that's, you don't really know what's going on in the books and so forth. So everything's completely transparent. Of course, we've invested millions of dollars in research and development. Between $50 and $60 million is being spent on research and development into our product technology. So we are actually a research and development company, not just a marketing company. So we do a lot of research and development for our products in-house. Then, as you can see, that really we are a science company. I think I alluded to that earlier, where we spend money on research and development. And what makes this company unique is really that we are innovators with glyconutrition. We were the first company to ever bring a new nutrient to market, or nutrient class to market, which is called glyconutrition. And you actually, we were the first company ever to do that. And we were a company that patented all the active components of that as well. And there's amazing training on specifically what glyconutrition is all about and how it allows for cell-to-cell communication, and why we don't actually get this in the modern day diet anymore. This is Al Bella, who's our CEO, and he's just an incredible man who's making a massive impact all over the world. And I was actually about 3 weeks ago, I was with Al on the Gold Coast to do the Australian event, their function there. So it's great to have a guy who's really understands what the field's all about. And then something else that's really unique as well is we've got a global scientific advisory board where they've got independent doctors and scientists that look at new product ingredients, new products that are coming out, things that we should be looking at to make sure we bring the best possible product to market. And that's called the GSAB, or the Global Scientific Advisory Board. So if you were to design your ideal business, what would it look like? If you think about it, is that number one, low startup cost. I mean, with Mannatech, if you want to be a business builder, it's going to cost you 600 Rand, which is not even 50 Rand a month, to be able to build a business where you get to partake in all the inventory that they've created, be able to build a business internationally for 600 Rand for a whole year, to be able to have a license to be able to build the business, or for lack of a better word, a franchise fee, that you're going to pay. So it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. It's going to be 600 Rand for you to be able to start your business. The next thing is a consumable product, which is backed up by proprietary technology. What does proprietary mean? It means when you're the first to market, you've got something that's unique that people can't get anywhere else. So we've got, patented and proprietary products. And of course, you get paid what you put in. So what we do is the more sales you have, the bigger your commission becomes. You get paid exactly what you put in, exactly what sales you do. That's how much you're going to earn. You've got a flexible schedule. You're choosing your work hours. You don't have a boss telling you, a certain sales targets that you have to reach. You work for yourself and you build your business along with the person who introduces you. You see how you can best manage that in your current, with your current workload, or, in your current environment, whatever is going to be best. And then, of course, there are many tax advantages of having a home-based business. And I think for me, the best part about this, you can work from anywhere, whether you are sitting on the beach somewhere, or whether you, like me this evening, working from my house in Cape Town. I'm not sure if you can really do it from the gym. I'm not sure if it would be such a good idea to try and be showing people on your computer, all about your business while you're running on the treadmill. But you can literally really work from anywhere. Wherever you've got internet and a smartphone or a laptop, you can pretty much be in business. A little bit earlier, I spoke about, the M5M Foundation. This is really just every single time you buy a product, we donate to the M5M Foundation, something called Fiber Blend Powder. So it's really donation through consumption, that every single time you use the product for yourself, we would donate product called Fiber Blend Powder to support a child for a whole month. Because these kids get a lot of, they get a lot of sort of calories, but they don't actually get a nutritious meal. And that's really what we're trying to do. So what are people looking for? I think we've covered that pretty much a little bit earlier. But for me, one of the biggest and fastest growing segments of the market is really weight management. And it's supposed to be very much focused on fat loss and not weight loss. And most of us will go out there, you'll hear people say, I need to lose weight. And it's not really about weight loss, it's about losing fat. Because very often what happens is you could be losing weight, but actually you've actually lost muscle mass, and your body fat percentage has stayed the same, or you've actually even put on body fat. So for me, the biggest thing about this, and Dr. Nugent, one of our, he actually the chairman of our Global Scientific Advisory Board, speaks specifically about it needs to be all about fat loss, because you're much firmer when you are on a fat loss regime, and it's actually much more healthy because it speeds up your metabolism, and there's many other reasons why fat loss is really the new frontier in weight management. And we've got incredible shakes. I mean, I've literally started properly on this about 3 weeks ago with a shake, and within like 2 weeks I'd lost I had lost weight as well, but I'd actually lost 1% body fat. And I think for me, that is actually the key thing, is actually losing body fat. So what makes this shake really unique is it's completely plant-based. It's sweetened with stevia. It's got fiber in. It's got vitamins and minerals in. It's got sun-ripened fruits and vegetables in. It's got a whole array of different things that are actually all nutritious. So this is actually something that's really healthy for you to take. So it's not just something that's going to flush your system and you're going to be losing weight. You're actually going to feel nutritious. It's going to be something that's nutritious and actually good for you to take as well. And it's only got 160 calories, which is really, really good as well. So that's one of the segments we're really focusing on. It's called the True Health System. And the next thing is obviously nutrition and integrative health. This is really through where we are really bringing products to market that are very much science-based. And most of our technology is all focused on cellular communication, because we believe that, when your cells are working better, when the cells are working better, the organs can function better, and you're ultimately going to have a much healthier body. So we're very much based on cellular communication. And there's amazing trainings by a lot of doctors and scientists, specifically more on that. And I'll give you the websites for that as well. So obviously, as you can see, we've got integrative health products, we've got targeted health products, we've got weight and fitness, skincare. So we've got quite a wide range of different products that people can use. And I'm sure, 99% of people are going to find a product, that they're already using it anyway. It's going to be better for them in many different ways. So what makes Mannatech different is really that we're a science company. The average customer that uses our product properly stays on the product for 9 years. Now, I want to just quickly backtrack there. So it's not someone that's just tries the product for a month. Someone that actually uses the product properly, what they need to be taking, and taking it properly and staying on it to allow their cells to actually become glycosylated, which actually what that actually means is when the cells can actually start functioning optimally, and that's done through the glyconutrients. But some people get results very, very quickly. Some people take a little bit longer. And we believe we've got the best aloe on the planet. And there's an amazing video called The Discovery of Mannatech, which you can actually watch on the www.mannatech.com website, where you can actually see, you know, where the product comes from and what makes the aloe unique and how they actually make a lot of the products as well. And of course, we're a debt-free company as well. We've got $40-50 million in cash, which is great, you know. So we're not a company that's got debt or owes people money. So that's no one owes us money, and we don't owe anyone else money. So I guess that's a good thing for any business. Then quickly, why is aloe important? I'm not going to go through massive detail about this, but please, if you can, there's amazing links that you can watch on this. So when you get a moment, have the scientists explain to you, have the doctor explain to you why this is so important. So that is available on the website, which the person that invited you to the call would gladly share with you afterwards. And I'll actually write it into a message box at the bottom as well, that you can actually just click on as well at a later stage. Just a few things I just want to share about why aloe is the most potent aloe. And it's number one reason is because it comes from Costa Rica. It's got a very rich volcanic soil, and obviously free from pollutions and so forth. And we've got a exclusive agreement with a company they're called Natural Aloe Costa Rica, which actually makes all our aloe products. So this is, which is quite interesting. It almost takes between 600 and 700 kilograms of aloe vera to actually make 1 kilogram of the Mannatech, which is the flagship ingredient in our products. So it takes a lot of aloe to get that ingredient, but you can find that on the website that I'll share with you a little bit later. And then just a few things, you know, with our aloe, our flagship product is really a product called Ambritose. And there's numerous clinical trials on this product that improves brain function, memory, concentration, attentiveness, mood, you know, your body's ability to respond to bacterial vaccines, supports cellular communication, digestive system. Decreases irritability. I mean, this is an amazing product. This product basically helps for every single function in the body. I mean, this is a product that every single person in the world should be taking, and you should be taking as much of it as you can afford, because this is the missing nutrient that every single person is going to just get amazing results by taking. So you're going to feel better, you're going to sleep better, you're going to have more energy, you're going to look better. In fact, there was studies done that actually proved that the product helps decrease 6 of the biological markers of aging. So it's also a very, very good product for aging as well. And once again, a company that has a proven track record. Ladies and gentlemen, this is something that's so important, because so often people get involved in a company, or they get involved in an opportunity. They do that for 2 or 3 years, or maybe that company's around for 2 or 3 years, and then we never to see the company ever again. So for me, the most important thing is I've been doing Mannatech for 9-10 years. I mean, the company's been through the good, the bad, and the ugly, and we're still around after 24, 25 years. So for me, that's really, really important, is that the company is going to be here for another 25, 50 years. So for me, build your house on rock. Don't build it on sand. So for me, that's what makes us really unique and incredible. Something that's also quickly that's very important I just want to go through is that, you know, we've got a 90-day money-back guarantee. So, I mean, most of you'll know, I mean, you can't go anywhere else and get a product, you know, try a product from the pharmacy or try a product from another company and go back there and say, listen, I didn't get the results I was expecting. Can I please get a refund? We offer all our product users a 90-day money-back guarantee. So why do you think we'll do that? Because we want to encourage people to use the products for at least 90 days, because then we know that they're going to get the best possible chance to get optimal results in the product. So this is not a get rich quick scheme, or even a get quick better scheme, like just using the product one day and you expect all your aches and pains to be away. This is something that's going to take time. So that's why we encourage people to use the product for at least 90 days. And then I just want to go to the next slide. Okay, so it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. So you might be on this call this evening, and I know there's a few questions. We'll go through some of them briefly now. But either what you can do is become an associate. It's going to cost you 600 Rand or $49, which is basically $50. You can build a business in any one of the markets. You can choose whichever products you want to use for you and your family. So you're buying from your own store online. Set up an automatic order so you can commit to using the product on a monthly basis. You can earn money on all the product orders of people, of your personal customers, wherever they are in the world. But also loyalty points on your personal orders that you're using. And also it allows you to be able to qualify for incentives and be able to bring other partners on board that also could get customers on the product as well. So that's the first thing, is becoming an associate. So that's number one. Number two is become a preferred customer, someone that actually just wants to use the product. You might not be interested in being an associate and building a business, but just buying the products and buying it at a wholesale price directly from the company. A preferred customer and associate pay the same for the products. You don't get a better deal being an associate compared to a customer. They all pay the same for the product, but an associate is allowed to earn more loyalty points, and also they can earn commissions and also go on incentives and so forth. And maybe you're on the call here tonight and it's not for you at all, and I'm sorry if you've had to be on this call for 40 minutes, but really, you might know someone that's looking, be someone that's in the looking zone, someone that might need the product, and at least you can refer this to them as well. So that's really the options. What would be your choice? 1, 2, 3. So we've gone through those already. I just quickly want to just stop doing a screen share, and I know there's a few questions, so maybe I'll just run through those quickly. So I'm just going to open this up quickly. So okay, Joyce is battling with a connection. Sorry about that, Joyce. We'll see if there's a recording and see if we can get that to you. And Sean wants to know about answering questions. So I'm not sure if he has asked the question. Who does it in Mossel Bay? So there's Sean, the great thing about this is that you're not specifically, there would be people building the business in Mossel Bay and even people using the product in Mossel Bay, but you're not really an agent for a specific area. Wherever you know people, you can build your business. So if you know someone living in Cape Town, or someone living in Johannesburg, or in London or Tokyo, if you know someone there that wants to use the product or build the business, you can actually build your business there. But there would be people in Mossel Bay building the business, and I'd gladly put you in touch with the best person in that area. So I'm not sure if there's any other questions. I know we're on probably about 43 minutes now. So if there's any other questions, maybe we can have 3-4 minutes for a few quick questions. But the best thing that you can do is get back to the person who invited you, because they're going to be able to refer you to all the information. And what I'll do is I'll actually just give you the websites, which is going to be best to answer all the questions you have. The first is www.mannapol.com. And that's specifically just for product. So if anything you want to know about the product, like for instance, why should I be using Ambertose? Why does my doctor not know about it? Why can't I find it at the health food store? All of those questions on www.mannapol.com. And then specifically the business, if you want to know more about the business and how that works, that'll be on the mannapol.biz page. And you might be asking, why is it called Mannapol? Well, basically because Mannapol is what makes Mannatech unique. That's the ingredient we've got patents on globally. So you'll find it all there. And then just a few quick questions. The one is there only one product? No, there's probably about 32 different products. So we've got weight and fitness products, we've got essential oils, we've got integrative health products, which is really your vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, omega-3s, probiotics, prebiotics, digestive enzymes. We've got skincare products, we've got sports products, so we've got quite a big variety of different products. We don't have just 1 or 2 products. We've got specifically all our products are on the health and wellness, and it's specifically things that aren't going to last you 1 year. It's going to last about a month or so, and that's obviously a very good thing, not only for you if you're building the business, but also just for the person using the product as well, because you're getting a better commitment from that person, and also because they're going to be able to earn loyalty points on recurring orders. So I hope that answers your question. So but yeah, thank you very much for taking time out and being on the call this evening. And just in closing, something that I think all of us should think about, if based on everything that you've seen this evening, if you were to start this on a part-time basis, and have you thought about like how much money would you need to earn to be able to to make this worth your time? That's the first thing you got to think about. So that's the first question I would ask myself if I'm on the call for the first time, is how much would I need to earn to make this worth my while? The second thing is how much time how much time can you really put into this? I mean, if you're saying I can only put in 1 minute a day, it's probably not, maybe better. It's probably better to be a product user. You're going to have to make some time available to be able to build the business or share the product with other people or send a link to other people. So that's the second question: is how many hours per week realistically could you put in to actually develop whatever income it is, whether it be 5,000 a week or 5,000 a month, or 50,000 a month, or 100,000 a month, or a lot more. So that's the second question. The third thing is, how many months would you be willing to give yourself to earn that if you were putting that amount of time? Because very often people get onto these webinars or even look at Mannatech as an opportunity, and they if they're not a millionaire in the next 5 months, they think it doesn't work. And this is something that's so important. This is a legitimate business. This is not something you sign up and you become you talk to four or five people and now you never have to work again. This is going to take time and effort to build a successful business. And then, of course, the fourth thing is you got to ask yourself is, if you could earn the sort of money that you want to and put in, because it's going to probably, if you're looking at this as a serious business or something that you want to diversify your income, is it's going to take probably 5 to 10 hours a week effort and time to build a substantial business. And then, of course, how long do you want to do that for? I mean, for me, it's going to be at least a 2 to 5 year plan. It's not a get rich quick scheme. It's going to take time and effort to make it happen. So think about those things, and just a few. I can just see there's a few more questions. I'm not sure if I understand. Can I buy 10 of each, and what would the price be offhand for that? Sean, it depends what product you're using. You can buy 10, 100, you can buy 1,000, you can buy however many you want to. So it depends which product it is, whether it's, there's like 25 to 30 different products. So, but that is available, and I'm sure the person that got you on the call this evening would refer you to that. And the nice thing about this, for people, that don't perhaps have a retail outlet or have a store that they can stock product, is the nice thing about this, you can send someone a link they can buy online directly from the company. You never even have to handle any of the product. So it's very different. Mannatech's very different to a lot of other direct selling companies where people buy products and have to buy a large amount of stock and then go and sell that to other people. Yeah, you only buy what you personally want to use. And if you've got any customers, wherever they are in 26 different countries, they can go online and they can buy their product at the same price that you buy it for, and it gets shipped directly to them, and the company will work out what commission you would earn based on the sales volume that you've produced. And then there was someone else that also asked about the tax benefits that I mentioned. So there's the tax benefits there's actually so many different tax benefits. So the first is the products you buy on a monthly basis would be of a tax advantage because it's product purchases. Things like petrol that you drive to go to do meetings. So you're really working as a commission worker. I know it might not sound like a nice word to say that, but from a tax point of view, it's a great thing to be a commission worker because there are many, many deductions that you can make. Even if your business gets to a certain size, for instance, with me, I can claim back my VAT on my volume as well, because I'm obviously paying VAT and being paid in VAT. So I can obviously make that deduction as well. So there's many, many tax advantages. And if you speak to your accountant, they'd probably be more than happy to tell you what sort of deductions you can make. But things like cell phone, petrol, things like, coffee or flights and hotel accommodation, all those sorts of things are all tax deductible expenses. So we're getting on almost on 50 minutes. So I know some of you probably need to get onto I know there's another webinar now at 9 o'clock. So if there's any questions, please get back to the person who invited you on the call this evening. And thank you very much for taking the time and effort out to be here. We're going to be having a few more of these where you can actually bring new people on to find a little bit more about the opportunity. And I look forward to see many of you, whether either it be Maldives on the incentive, but hopefully at the next Super Regionals or even on another webinar. So thank you very much for the time and effort, and thank you for being on. And a best evening for all of you. And a special shout out to Neil and I thank you very much for hosting the call this evening, and thanks for those warm and kind words that you shared. And it's been great to work with you guys, and excited about the year ahead. So enjoy your evening, guys. Thank you very much for being on.